in today's video I will show you how to make borscht, and it's healthy version. It's a bit like Polish Ukrainian one, cross, but not exactly, because it's definitely a healthier version of it. So let's start with the ingredients. I'll explain why. The ingredients. So we need 1 kilogram of ribs on the bones. So bones, ribs. If it's more meaty, better taste of the soup, of course. But 1 kilogram of bones, ribs. Then we'll need some dill, bay leaf, just one is enough, salt and fresh black pepper, rock salt. Natural salt is obviously more healthy for you, so recommend it. We'll need a white cabbage, about 500 grams, some chopped tomatoes. This make is the best. It's Italian, proper Italian mutti, polpa, and the best tomatoes, so recommend them. Beetroots, we need 4 of them, fresh beetroots, so make sure you get your gloves before start with your soup. 2 garlic. We need some chicken stock. I've got in here veggie stock, but that's fine, that's all I could get. That's what I had in the house, so it's fine. Veggie stock, but chicken would be preferred. Half of white onion, or white vinegar would be completely fine too. This is added just so we can keep the color of red beetroot in a soup. Dill always goes so nicely with beetroots, and I've got 2 carrots in here, 1 parsnips, and then we've got 3 sweet potato, and we've got also 1/4 of celery. So a bit chunk like this. So that's all our veg, that's all our ingredients. Traditionally you would use a cream at the end, but don't add the cream to the whole soup, because you can store it for less time than usual. If this is sour cream basically for soups, and you want 18%, so the soup will turn out fine. If you use less percentage than 18, the soup might turn pretty bad, the texture. So you want 18% only sour cream for your soups. Only healthy ingredients, Paelo version of borscht. So really tasty. Let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start with half of our onion. We're gonna fry it on heat on the fire, so you can get that smoky smell, and the soup will taste nicer. We're gonna throw in whole to a pan to make sure it's like black on outside. Okay, our ribs going into the pan, straight in. This is how our onion looks, so we're gonna throw it in whole. It gives that smoky taste to the soup. Now we're gonna add a bay leaf, 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. Okay, now we're gonna add 2.5 liters of cold water and a chicken stock straight to the pan. Put the gas on medium. Everything is basically covered with water, and now we're gonna add chicken stock straight in. Okay, now we're gonna be cooking this for around 30-40 minutes. Okay, in the meantime we're gonna cut our cabbage as fine as you can. We always start with the edges in here, basically cut it slowly to the end. I will show you how it's gonna look like, but as finely as possible. You don't want a big chunks in the soup. Always you want to cut that out as well, this part in here. You can see it, this is quite very thick, so we're gonna cut this out, as you can see in here. The same in here, this part in here, this is what you want to cut out. So you can see in here, you cut it out that way. It's very hard, this part, and you're not gonna cook. You just want the soft part of the cabbage. Okay, this is how a cabbage we want to look like. As you can see, it's quite finely chopped. You don't want, if you've got a young cabbage, it would be even better because it's going to be softer, but this one is a small cabbage. It's completely fine as long as the pieces are like this. It would be nice, give that nice texture in the soup. Crunchy. Okay, in the meantime, what we have to do now, we have cut our cabbage. We're now gonna peel and cut our sweet potatoes, carrots, parsnip and celery. So we're gonna cut them in a small squares basically. We have peeled all our veggies. gonna chop them in a minute. And as you can see in here, on the top we've got this white bits, and here we want to get rid of them, so we're gonna take a spoon in a bowl, get rid of them, those parts, we don't want that. My carrot I'll be cutting like this in half, and then half moons, as you can see here. Okay, we've got a carrot sliced in there as we should. Now we're gonna do exactly the same with the pasta. Sweet potatoes we're gonna cut in squares. The same with celery and our beetroots. Our celery has been cut in squares as well, so that's all our veggie done, ready, waiting for our 40 minutes when it's up. First, always we're gonna put cabbage, because cabbage needs the longest to cook, to soften it. And then we're gonna go with cabbage, basically, and carrots, and then our rest of our veggies. So now I'm gonna chop. I'm gonna cook the beetroots as well, but never use just hands, because we'll have to, you know, the beetroots will stain your hands really badly. So we need something to get rid of color. Rich color, so always use gloves if you want to cut and peel them, and that's what we're going to do. This is how we want to cut our beetroots, a little bit bigger squares than other veg, I guess. Nice, do it nice and tasty in the soup. I don't mind it to be even a bit bigger. Okay, our beetroots are chopped, all the veggies are ready. Nearly time is up for our ribs, so it will be cooked, the meat will be cooked on a bone, so we're gonna take it out. And a chopping board, we just need to do, how we clean it is basically we're gonna take raw lemon and basically clean it with a lemon, it will come off. As you can see in here, the time is up, so 40 minutes we have cooked this. Our water has reduced, so we've got about 2 liters of water in here instead of 2.5. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna take the bones out, take the meat off the bone, throw it back into the soup, get rid of the bone. Then we're gonna increase the heat, throw all the cabbage in, and then once the water starts boiling with the cabbage, then we're gonna add carrots and sweet potatoes. Okay, our cabbage is boiling now, as you can see in here. Now is good time to add carrots, sweet potatoes, and that's the amount of meat we got from our ribs, from our bones, so we're gonna add it together as well. We're gonna measure now 125 grams of tomatoes, and because we're gonna be throwing the rest of the ingredients in a minute, so we've got our tomatoes, parsnip, celery, beetroot, and this is on gas, very small gas, half covered, until about 30 minutes, until the cabbage and carrots soften a little bit. So it should be something like this, not full gas. We've got in here 125 grams of chopped tomatoes, as you can see, very nicely chopped. You can see even big chunks in here. Now time is up, so we're gonna add tomatoes, beetroots, parsnip and celery. We're gonna add it all together to our veggies, and on a small gas again, half covered. We're gonna cook it for about, we're gonna cook it until all veggies will be soft. Okay, we're gonna season our soup. It's still slowly cooking, so our beetroots are soft. So we're gonna cook it until beetroots are soft. We will season with salt, black pepper at the very end. And if you've got red wine vinegar, we're gonna add 2.5 teaspoons. If you've got normal white vinegar, just add 1 tablespoon at the end of cooking. And a pinch of sugar. If you do want to have that intense red color, keep that intense red color. What you have to do is do everything as I did, but leave one of our beetroot, and basically leave one of the beetroots and use this side instead of slicing it. And at the end of the cooking, you're gonna throw that in, 1 beetroot, and it will give that intense red color to your soup. You're basically gonna throw it at the end of the cooking, nearly when those are soft beetroots. Then you can add 1 raw beetroot on this side, throw it in, it will have the intense nice color. Our borscht is ready when the beetroots are soft. As you can see, it's still got this intense color, just because we're cooking it for a really slow on a really slow gas. Okay, at the end we're just adding dill. As you can see in here, it's a must. it just goes with the soup like perfectly, and some sour cream. You can of course make a sour cream from the nuts, macadamia nuts, if you want to, for a healthier version.